Hey there, Mr. Terry, high school history teacher. Welcome back to another History Teacher Acts video. All right, we're back with another from Mitsi Studio. And I think this is one of the first times I've been able to react pretty close to when they released the video. So hopefully you're fresh coming off of it. The link is down below. Check that out first. Make sure you sub and like their video. By the way, make sure you're checking out the stuff I'm putting out. I'm putting out some original stuff a lot more recently. And if you like that fast, hard-hitting with a little bit of humor type of history videos, I think you're going to like it. My one yesterday was a quick, semi-humorous run on World War I. I'll link that down below. All right, let's get started. And of course, I'm dressed for war because this video is future weapons of war. And we'll see what I can add as a historian. I'm not a futurian or a futurist. Let's see what the future holds.
Before we dive into the future weapons of war, first a thank you to our sponsor, War Thunder, the most epic vehicle combat game ever made.
Very cool.
No, Rods from God is not the latest porn film released by the Vatican. It is actually a theoretical kinetic bombardment weapon that involves tungsten rods dropped from orbit to bring death and destruction back on Earth.
Space weapons.
Yes, very scary and very brutal.
You know, the weaponization of space has actually gone down, and which treaty that was? I try to remember. I know with the was it the SALT mission or the SALT agreements, or maybe it was before that, at least where you couldn't detonate nuclear weapons in space. I was trying to remember if this was part of that too. Can you put weapons in space? From anybody remember what treaty, if there is one on that?
For that reason, we will accompany this part of the video with some heavy metal music.
Oh, okay.
The idea was to launch a bunch of telephone pole-sized projectiles into space. Let them float gently towards the people you are having an argument with, and then drop these bad boys so they can fall back to Earth towards your unfortunate target.
You know what's funny? Have you heard of Sputnik? It was the first satellite ever put into space, and it was put up there by the Soviet Union. There was paranoia that that thing was a space weapon. People were freaking out about it. And it did kind of ignite America's, even more passion into trying to get into the space race, which they were losing, especially in the 50s. And then up until really, I guess, the moon landing in 1969.
Upon re-entry into the Earth's atmosphere, the rods travel at speed above 12,000 kilometers per hour. That's 7,600 miles per hour if you only understand crystal meth-inspired measurement systems. The rods flying at this speed don't carry any payload. As mentioned earlier, this is a kinetic bombardment system.
Just hit
meaning
it hard.
The level of destruction is based purely on the kinetic energy released on impact.
It's just like a comet.
Well, it's safe to say the rods achieve enough level of destruction when they faceplant their tungsten heads on their
This guy's cooked.
I will spare you and your calculator the brain fart by not calling exact numbers. Let's just say this diabolical death dart will create the same effect as a small tactical nuclear weapon. Again, that's very scary and very brutal.
I mean, if you can get it up to the speed that we see like comets, if they can be large enough, I guess that could be kind of a weapon. Now, don't ICBMs pretty much reach like, maybe not low orbit, but like pretty close to it? All right, what's next? AI swarm drones. Dude, drones are the future.
If you think only a drone and its operator can be a serious threat on the battlefield, then you better duck and cover for this next weapon. How would you feel running around with an autonomous drone swarm chasing you? Well, I can promise you, it will be an unpleasant experience.
Those type of drones?
These drones continuously share information with each other to update their movements, objectives, and responses.
Problem with, I think, those drones could be that you wouldn't be able to hold that much ammo without it needing to be so powerful, like the whole rotary system and how it can levitate, because ammo is heavy, man.
Almost like a swarm of bees, apart from the fact bees are out for honey instead of your blood. Minor detail.
Yeah. By the way, we do have to see, remember our running theme if you've been watching these, can I show it in school? Is it school appropriate? I don't know. This would be a future lesson, I guess.
With decentralized control, these drones will make independent decisions based on real-time data. So, whatever you were thinking about with regards to how to get away, you are probably fucked now and were already fucked from the get-go.
Oh gosh.
Maybe you can jump into a lake. Okay, those smart-ass drones probably saw that coming from miles away and called in a few depth-charge drones to blow you and your pathetic escape plan out of the water.
Oh no!
This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile. You get access to over 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships across 10 nations. The game features detailed graphics and authentic sound effects, plus a ridiculous amount of detail. There's something for everyone. Arcade for quick chaos, realistic for some challenge, and simulator if you really want to sweat. Join over 70 million players worldwide in epic PvP battles. Download War Thunder for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile using one of my links in the pinned comment or description. And if you're new or haven't played in 6 months, you'll score a massive bonus pack on PC and console, including premium vehicles, 100,000 silver lives, 7 days of premium, and the exclusive Eagle of Valor decorator. Hit that link, suit up, and I'll see you out there, dodging missiles and yelling at the clouds.
Nanobots, yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be like the future form of like biological warfare, but we create our own biological weapons with nanobots.
This weapon is undoubtedly on the top of the list of dangerous and unethical ways to wage war. Thank God this shit is still theoretical, for now. DNA nanobots are so small they could be dispersed in water, in air, in your breakfast. Fuck it. It can be dispersed anywhere, basically.
Hey, I have a whole video, by the way, a fun original video, by the way, that is biological weapons in ancient history. And we talk about a lot of that, and it's a lot of fun too. But yeah, of course, like poisoning wells, always been something big. That kind of was what reminded me of it.
Beginning, right? Fuck it. It can be dispersed anywhere, basically. Fun beginning, right?
No.
Once these little bastards are inside of you, they will do whatever they are programmed to do. Triggering cell death? Check. Release engineered viruses or toxins?
Oh gosh.
Check. Disrupt your immune system? Check. Oh, and of course there is the brain. Forgot about that one.
Oh,
if nanobots are programmed to deliver neurotransmitters or send electrical signals to specific brain regions, then this can change the way a person thinks and feels. Erased memories, implemented memories, altered emotional responses, loss of free will, an altered decision-making process. You name it.
Well, we didn't have to go too long into the video. I mean, there was some cursing, but we did get back to the halfway point where, at least content-wise, this thing will not be able to go into the catalog of school-appropriate videos I try to build. But yeah, I guess, I mean, if you're gonna use these bots to control their like behaviors and stuff, I mean, I guess that was one way you could get them distracted from fighting you.
If you can mindfuck enemy foot soldiers that they will fall in love with you and they must destroy their creator instead, then yes. That's an easy day at the office from that point on.
You put a love potion on and all of a sudden they just love you. Oh my gosh, I don't know what would be the best way of some kind of like mind manipulation. I mean, other than obviously like for them going just kind of crazy and doing friendly fire. But if you were going to make them do just do something else, not like automatically kill them with it or self-sabotage, like what would you want them to do? Just like make them friendly to you. That works. What do we got? Quantum supercomputers. By the way, you know how everyone fears AI in the future? Like, what if AI becomes conscious or self-conscious, and you know the robots and stuff start taking over and you know threatening us? Maybe it's the nanobot AI that we should fear the most. Because what are we going to do about a microscopic thing? And again, that could totally mess us up. It could kill us from the inside. All right, supercomputers.
Imagine a computer so sophisticated and so fast it can decrypt insanely large number combinations.
Okay.
For example, the trillion combinations for nuclear launch codes.
I mean, yeah,
or the number of times you visited a porn site. Both incomprehensible numbers to digest for a human. On the other hand, the quantum system can also be used to create unbreakable encryption, until somebody discovers a bigger computer and breaks the unbreakable encryption again.
True.
If so, they'd better do it at Bletchley Park for nostalgia purposes.
Hey! Alan Turing, they broke the Enigma in which was the German code in World War II, which was a major turning point in the intelligence war of World War II. Yeah, I think so. Or at least you got to name that new place, Bletchley Park. whatever your supercomputer is going to be located. Yeah, I think that is a requirement. Either it's got to be there or be named after it. Don't you agree?
Quantum sensors could drastically change the use of detection and navigation systems. No more under the radar, no more no signal. These quantum eyes can see your every move. Hell, they can count the hairs growing out of your ass. For sure, they know where you're at.
That's it. That was one of the things that they did the, they broke the enigma for, is they needed to know the butt hairs of the Germans.
Battlefield, every mine growing out of your ass. For sure, they know where you're at. On the battlefield, every minor change to a strategic situation can be dealt with by quantum-powered theory models to create highly optimized battle plans on the fly.
Sure.
Now, enough about these.
It's going to be like asking ChatGPT, what's the best way to invade Russia? I mean, hopefully it comes back and says, no, don't, because, history.
Complex quantum model battle plans on the fly. Now, enough about these complex quantum models. You can get back to watching porn, you sick little man.
No, we're watching YouTube. We're watching history videos. We don't do that. Railguns. Oh man, I've been playing video games that have railguns forever. Is it finally going to happen? And not just a railgun in the sense that you have to be on a railroad track to be able to move it, like the Schwer Gustav from World War II.
The
if you don't know that thing, look it up.
This weapon is truly unique for lots of reasons.
Do any of you old heads remember on PS2, one of the first games, I'm trying to remember if it was a launch title, at least it was the first one I bought, called Red Faction. Great game, PS2. And that railgun you actually had a handheld one. That thing was OP. That thing was so... Let me know if you remember Red Faction.
The evolution of the gun or cannon has come a long way.
Especially the original.
At first, people were tossing rocks at each other with trebuchets.
And lighting them on fire.
Then the Chinese invented gunpowder and having small penises. Remember the gunpowder part because that's most relevant to this story.
They invented
Fast forwarding 1400 years and we get to the development of the railgun. This baby uses an electromagnetic field to propel the projectile at very high speed. And if you care to know, that's Mach 6 kind of high speed for y'all.
Okay.
Very fast indeed. Just like the rods from God, these projectiles don't need any explosives.
Okay.
The kinetic energy released upon impact turns everything it hits into a stage 4 cancer show. With such projectiles traveling at extreme speeds, this gun can deliver ordnance from hundreds of kilometers away.
Okay, so this is like the space satellite one, but just it's surface to surface. Just, I don't know, hit something so hard with whatever it is that it messes it up.
And of course, can deliver the ordnance pretty quick.
It really is just like a trebuchet.
One of the downsides to the system is that it uses more energy than your mum's vibrator. With rail erosion, wear, cost of development, thermal management issues, blah blah blah, makes this electromagnetic maniac not blasting away on the battlefield just yet.
You know how I've said that maybe some of these I could either mute or something to make it maybe go in the classroom. This one I'd have to be taking big old empty chunks. And I'll tell you what, if I have to show something that I can't, there's certain parts maybe I can't show in a classroom or something, and you either fast forward it or you mute it or something like that. It basically has the same effect of showing the same thing because the students know what's going on. There's a reason you're fast forwarding or you're muting a part. It's like it has the same effect. It's like it's almost worse by bringing attention to it by not trying to bring attention to it. You guys know what I mean? All right, let's finish this up. Smart bullets. Ooh. Okay. For
smart bullets. Yeah, someone
shooters.
decided regular bullets just weren't personal enough. Because what's better than a metal slug? A metal slug that thinks, hunts, and has one very specific purpose: turning you into a human sprinkler system.
I mean, bullets go so fast that, I guess a tiny bit of trajectory change could be helpful. Unless we're doing, what's that movie where they curve the bullets with the handguns? What was that ridiculous movie called?
Picture this: a squad of soldiers pinned down in a ruined city, crumbling walls offering less protection than a paper towel in a hurricane. They hear the whistle first, then the clinking. Little bastards are already in the air, weaving around corners, slipping through rubble like they've got GPS on your blood type.
Right.
Smart bullets is like having aimbot, but then in real life.
That's true.
Slightly advantageous in a firefight. Guided by microprocessors, onboard sensors, and more AI power than your iPhone, these bullets track your every move.
I mean, I feel like this is just inevitable, right? Like we have drones and we've already had heat-seeking stuff. So like getting it down to a smaller and smaller scale at shorter and shorter distances kind of seems like an inevitability. But will the cost... What am I even saying? Why am I even saying cost? We know the military industrial complex is real and it's good for the economy, I guess, to invest in all this stuff. It means more jobs for, massacring people. Ugh.
No Michael Jackson walks, no Matrix bended backwards, you are just shit out of luck. I would not be surprised if these little fuckers even process which organ they're aiming for. And yes, your brain is also an organ, so the best thing you can hope for is a quick headshot. And there you have it. Your dumbass just got wasted by a smart bullet. You've got to love or hate these future weapons of war.
Wow.
Download War Thunder for free using one of my links in the pinned comments or description.
Getting scary,
it's available
man.
on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and mobile. And if you're new or haven't played in 6 months, you'll score a massive bonus pack on PC and consoles. Hit that link, suit up, and I'll see you out there, dodging missiles and yelling at the clouds.
Do any of those technologies exist in that game? All right, final thoughts. You know what I liked about this video was I thought all of the technologies are not like inconceivable or like impossible for like the near future. Yeah, it's going to take a lot more research and technology resources, etc. But like, it's not improbable or, like it can happen. Maybe by the end of our lifetimes, depending on how old you are. But warfare, that's been the history of warfare, right? It's just like, okay, you have technology A, you defeat technology B. Okay, well, if you're technology B, you want to win, you're going to have to improve over technology A, and then it just keeps going. It's the technological arms race we have always been since people first, felt the need that they had to kill each other back when we were competing for hunting lands and farms and just having fights, I guess, as hunter-gatherers. It's just continued from there. So we'll see what do you guys think the next big breakthrough is going to be? We're in the AI age that has started, and we're obviously going to see that enter military technology. And is there a big jump sort of after this, other than maybe having more precision or surveillance or something? Like, what's the next big breaking technology, something that is going to provide that big leap? Like once they start using horses in warfare, when they started doing that, or gunpowder, right? When that comes onto the scene, what do you think is that next big breakthrough? Or does it exist right now and it just hasn't been utilized to its extent yet? What do you guys think? Let me know down below. All right, guys, thanks for checking this out. Check out my original stuff. I'll link a couple of the videos that I talked about down below. I think you'll really enjoy them. All right, see you next time.